Back here, first things first, Undisputed comes up as soon as we are done here. Jason McIntyre filling in for Jenny Taft. Jason, good morning to you. What are you and the guys talking about today?
Good morning, Jenna. Coming up on Undisputed, is Dak Prescott worth a $30 million deal? And is John Gruden right to support Antonio Brown in his helmet mess? Plus, Eric Mangini and Jeff Fisher are in the studio with me, Greg Jennings, and Rob Parker. Undisputed coming up next. Jenna, back to you.
All right, Jason, thanks. Tell me and Jeannie we say hi. Quit cheating on us. Time for us to go viral. Second-year Jets quarterback. That was a joke. That was a joke. Yeah. Sam Darnold is looking to improve in his sophomore season. He's been a fan favorite earlier in his career, but yesterday he got a surprising request.
On your next. There you go.
Yeah.
Want me to sign this?
Yeah.
Right.
You got a picture too?
I'll tell Deshaun.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson saw the clip on Twitter and replied, "I approve. Sam is the bro."
That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What does that mean with your fingers crossed?
Oh, the emoji?
Yeah, before the 100.
Oh, I don't even know. Maybe like they're good friends. I'm not certain.
Okay.
I can't quite parse that. Yeah, that's an odd emoji usage there. It's a good. What an odd saying they're
Odd
tight.
request.
But also an odd pickup by you. What's the oddest thing you've ever signed? Come on. Come on.
I would say a female body part.
What's the oddest item you've ever signed? I should have been more specific.
Probably someone's butt. Like, female body part.
All right, we're having a failure to communicate here. I meant non-human being, like
Probably
a jersey.
a car, motorcycle, or something.
You signed someone's motorcycle?
Yes, and car.
Oh, okay. I
What
like
about
that.
you, Nick?
Me? I mean, we were walking across the street one day, and a guy saw me carrying my folder. Remember this? And they asked for pictures, and they're like, "Yo, is that the folder from the show?" I said, "Yeah," and they asked me to sign it, and I gave it to them.
Did you?
Yeah, I've only done
That's
like 2
very
I'll tell you what we'd like, though. I'd like to be able to get Nick to sign one of these deals. I mean, like for dinner or something. Like,
He's
he's always talking about going to these nice restaurants. How many times have you bought Jenna and I dinner? A meal.
Never.
No,
snack.
you and
What?
I take turns. That
When?
is- How dare you?
Look at that face.
That is not true.
I thought you were having a
bought
seizure
you and
from your
wife
nicotine
lunch the
patch.
last time we ate together. Now, Jenna,
on the other hand,
Jenna's gonna have to go
never
Dutch.
bought her a dinner.
No, it ain't gonna happen. We gotta be there to do
Say
it.
it like Chris would say it, Jenna.
No,
You'll
no.
never buy me a dinner.
Yeah,
Nope.
there you go. Good job.
Back to the Raiders now. Antonio Brown is off to what some might call a rocky start with the Raiders. He's been sidelined with frostbitten feet, and if that's not enough, now this latest report, which has AB retiring if he's not allowed to wear the helmet of his choice. You know, the one he wore in Pittsburgh. You know, the one which is no longer NFL approved. So how is head coach John Gruden handling all this from AB? Take a listen.
I support this guy. You know, I think that's what needs to be said. I don't know what anybody's writing or what anybody thinks, but this foot injury wasn't his fault. You know, this was a total accident. It really wasn't his fault, and it's a serious injury. I know some people are smarting at it, but it's really not a laughing matter. The guy was hurt. He was innocent. He didn't do anything wrong, and the helmet thing is a personal matter to him. You know, he has a strong feeling about what he's worn on his head, and we're supporting him. And we understand the league's position as well, so we're in a tough spot. And we hope Antonio is back here soon because he's exciting to be around. I'm excited. I got some plays for him. I hope we can start calling him.
All right, CC, we talked all morning about how this is very quintessential diva behavior by a wide receiver. What do you make of Brown's helmet situation?
I think this is even beyond anything that we've seen. And unfortunate, this is a non-starter. The technology that they have in the helmets and the equipment that they provide, this is not about safety more so than it's about player performance. The technology that the players wear, especially the skilled guys, they want a lighter helmet. Fit your head a little snugger. You don't want all the material that they have in some of the linemen, offensive, defensive linemen, linebackers, running backs, because they're going a lot more head-to-head combat. So you don't need that type. But even the manufacturer that makes this helmet, they've stopped making it. The technology has exceeded where this helmet is, so this helmet is it's no longer safe to be played with. They have better helmets, more efficient, but up under all this, AB, one of his arguments off the record is it doesn't look good on him. Like, he doesn't believe that it looks the way that he wants his helmet to look, and he likes the old helmet better. It's not a safety thing for him. It's not as if they can't duplicate the type of helmet. No, this is just wide receiver, diva type stuff at its highest level. And to me, the Raiders, this is what they bought into when they traded a third and a fifth. That's why you get one of the best wide receivers. If Julio Jones was available right now, Nick, how many firsts?
2 firsts, minimum.
Oh, okay. OBJ was just available.
OBJ went for a first, a third, and a player.
Okay, so it would let you know that it was damaged goods or buyer beware. That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers gave up. And there are a lot of people this weekend, and myself included in that, I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers won because they didn't have that in the building anymore. People blame Ben Roethlisberger, blame Mike Tomlin. I'm sure both of them would take some blame. But a lot of this in Pittsburgh happened to be because the behavior just continued to escalate. And, man, the kid's been rewarded for bad behavior a number of times, Nick.
Well, he hasn't been told no in a very long time. And I would like to, and I have in the past, given Antonio Brown the benefit of the doubt. And the reason I've given it to him is because his trajectory and his story, even by NFL standards, is so unique that I do think there is some natural human adjustment to go from, in a 10-year stretch, homeless, to small college, to NFL draft, to tail end of the NFL draft, to starter, to star, to best in the league. Those are 6 enormous life-changing moments. Just from homeless to going to college is a huge life change. From allegedly throwing furniture off a balcony and almost hitting a small child, he got sued for that. To then no showing, no calling the Pittsburgh Steelers the most important game of the year. To then dyeing your mustache blonde and your hair blue and doing interviews saying, I don't even need football. I want it, but I don't have to have it. To then knowing for 2 years you got to change your helmet. For 2 years. And then not getting a contingency to change it to the point to where you have someone paint your old helmet or Raiders colors and try to sneak it on the practice field, to then telling people, man, I'll just quit. I will literally take my old helmet and go home rather than play with the newer, updated helmet. It is erratic, irrational behavior. And you just wonder, does Antonio Brown have anyone in his life that can grab and be like, hey, man, you're going to blow this. Guys of your talent have ended their careers way earlier than they should have because they just got, all of a sudden, the juice stopped being worth the squeeze. The production's been so high, that's been almost unthinkable, but he's getting close. And that's not even to mention, he can't even practice right now if he wanted to because his feet are frostbitten because he went in a cryogenic chamber with improper footwear.
And one of the things, too, for a long period of time, even though behind the scenes there have been symptoms of this type of behavior, there's one thing that I used to always just pass over because I used to always tell you guys, he's the hardest worker in the building. Well, at some point, I need more than just that. In Pittsburgh, he was hardest worker in the building. But, man, he left the house on fire when he left there. In Oakland, already, you can start to see, and I can guarantee you that this is just the beginning. John Gruden, the worst thing John Gruden could have said was, I support this player in this endeavor. Why? Because, John, you're going against the NFL, all their technology. 2016, the owner spent $60 million for the head trauma technology, for everything they've. This is agreed upon by the Players Association and the players that they collectively are going forward together. So how John Gruden can support that, I don't know the reason why. But this for the Raiders, this is what they traded for, and they are going to see more and more of this.
Just real quick, if I may, I think the reason John Gruden supports it is because he has no choice. John Gruden didn't inherit Antonio Brown, didn't inherit Richie Incognito, didn't inherit Vontaze Burfict. Instead, he decided, as one of the most powerful coaches in the league, that's what this is the culture. $100 million contract gets you. This is the people I am going to bring in. I am going to bring in the NFL's top 3 draft picks for crazy, and I'm going to have to justify what they do. And so now he hoped he would be justifying it along with 100-yard games from Antonio Brown. Instead, Antonio Brown during team meetings is checking his Chase app and being like, damn, I'm rich.
Well,
and in addition to only having one practice because of his feet and now threatening to quit. It's just Gruden's boxed himself in here. He signed up for this and signed up for it with other guys as well, so he's going to have to support them.
when you let guys like Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack go, and these are the guys you bring in, you better know that it comes with all of this other noise, and maybe he just didn't think he would see it as soon as he has. All right, let's move on to the Cowboys now. With Ezekiel Elliott still holding out, Dallas has started to look at life beyond Zeke. But how do you replace the productivity of arguably the best back in the league? Well, rookie fourth-round pick out of Memphis, Tony Pollard. Sure, he had just 16 yards on 4 carries in his debut Saturday, but that doesn't have Jerry Jones worried.
He looks confident out there. We know he's inordinately understanding what it is he does and can do. And we've seen him do it. We know he's capable of, if he really needs to, carry the whole load.
See, is Jerry Jones sending a message to Zeke? Hey, we're bringing people in. We've got people. We're drafting people. We can make this work by committee if you're not here.
I think Jerry's trying to continue the message that he sent when he made the offer, because that you have to realize there's no offer in Dallas without Jerry Jones looking over it with his son Steven and been like, yeah, I think that right there, get it done, buddy. I think that's right there. That hit him right square. I think that one right there, that'd make him rich man. That'd make him rich man right there. Yeah, Steven, let's go with it. And Zeke didn't respond with the counter offer. So they made a stance in the offer that they made. Steven has said a couple things that they're not going to reestablish the market. So now Jerry, just like he always has done as a great owner, he's going to support the players that are there. I don't believe in talking about the running backs are there, that he's just trying to do that so Zeke makes them to scare Zeke. No, Zeke knows the deal. When you are a great player in this league, you know that your productivity, it can't be replaced. But how far can you push it? And Zeke, with 2 years left, he really does not have more leverage than they're not as good when I'm out there. But that doesn't even calculate all the money that Jerry's got to spend. The quarterback Dak's contract is more important, and it's ready to be done now. Amari Cooper in the next year and several other players on that defense. So his demands, I don't believe, will be met with 2 years left like Todd Gurley, Nick.
Well, and there's nothing Tony Pollard's going to do that's going to change this situation. Tony Pollard, even he had 4 carries for 16 yards in the preseason game. If the next preseason game, he goes 12 for $125 and looks amazing. You'll still be nervous. Can he be your every down back, considering since high school graduation, he's carried the ball 139 times. He had 139 carries in college,
right,
his whole time at Memphis in the American Conference, 139 carries. That's and Zeke wants 15. Are they in the last moment, once Labor Day hits, are they going to say, man, a couple million here, is it worth it? That's what Zeke's hoping for.
All right, much more to be discussed on Undisputed, which comes right up after this. Have a great day, guys. Hope you get yourself a cigarette.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.